What up? I'm back. It's your boy T the Barber. I got another video for you today. The low taper with the 2 against the grain on top. Let's get right into this thing, man. First things first, you know we start in the nape area. So just grab your Andes master and close it all the way and get ready to work. As you see when I'm doing the tapers, I'm what I like to call cycling. I'm working the adjustable lever between open and closed. So I'm going from 0 to half blade just to start the blend. Now I'm going to take the Super ZR and grab my number 2 attachment blade and go against the grain all over the head. I want to run over it multiple times in different directions to make sure the hair is nice and even all over. Now, to execute this fast, the less you take the clipper off the head is going to be the faster you cut the hair. If you're in the beginning stages of barbering, I don't suggest you moving too fast. Take your time, go nice and slow, and make sure you get all the hair that's sticking up, all the little hairs. Make sure you get everything nice and even. Very, 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 very important for this haircut. As you can see, I'm just going over this multiple times to make sure I have no little hair sticking up and I got everything even. Very, 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 very important. Little air dryer in there to get the loose hairs off of my boy Rich. Next, I grab the 1. It's time to fade. Taking my 1 guard, I'm cycling. I'm getting rid of the weight in the nape area. I'm going between the closed and open position. Sometimes you have to go back down to the half blade to make sure you get that weight all the way out and make sure your blend is nice and crispy. You're gonna go between the 1 guard and back down to the half blade and even lower to tie the blend in completely together. And that's basically what I'm doing right here in this frame. Next, I grab the Andes Slimline Pro and I just go ahead and finish the back off. And once you start lining it, you're really gonna see that taper pop. And if there's any imperfections in it, you'll grab it. Next, I take the same trimmer and start my first guideline and the taper it to complete the low taper on the sides. And remember, everything you do to one side, you have to do the exact same to the other. Very important. Don't want to make hard guidelines, so you see I'm using the C-stroke. I'm going in and I'm rocking off the scalp so I don't create hard guidelines that are hard to get rid of. Next, I take the styling spray from Nairobi and just spray along the hairline. This lays all the hairs down that I'm about to line up. It kind of acts as a filler to it. It gives the scalp a little bit of color to make it look nice and full along the hairline. While that's drying, I decided to go ahead and clean up the neck area because you don't want to start lining them up as soon as you spray that style spray. So remember, spray and then line up the beard and then go back and line up the hairline. In this case, I started from left and worked my way to right just because of how his natural hairline is. So I usually start in the middle, but for this particular case, I went from left to right. Now after I've lined them up, I'm going back and to complete the blend. I start with the 1 and work my way back down to 0. And then I'm going to take that low taper and go right into the beard with it. One way when fading to make sure you keep the blend low is to use the outsides of the blade. That keeps you from raising your guidelines. So you can use the first 3 teeth and the last 3 of the clipper from left to right. I'm using the same technique I use in the nape area. Just remember, no hard guidelines, and you're going to be cycling from close to the half blade. Sometimes you're going to be putting the 1 on and taking it back off. What you do to one side, do the exact same thing to the other again, like we did in the back. I'm not taking his blend too high. I'm just keeping it low, and I'm more so tying it right into the beard because I didn't want too high of a taper, and he specifically asked to keep his taper low. Then I go ahead and line up the mustache. And then after that, I will apply the hot towel before I shave or before I start his outline up top. I apply the hot towel to soften his skin. In this case, I did not put any shaving cream on, but as soon as I take the hot towel off, I'll get right into lining his beard up. That's going to give you a nice crispy line without using any spray or additives or anything like that. You want to leave this on until it starts to cool down, so about maybe a minute and a half or 2 minutes, and take it off. Just, kind of let the air hit it and go right into lining it up. And you'll see this is without enhancing it yet or anything, and the line is already pretty crispy. And this technique helps you keep the beard line up high. You're not lining with the clipper, you're only using the razor, so you can really pinpoint exactly where you want this line to go. A lot of guys don't want their lines on their beards lowered. This is a great way to keep the line up high, like most guys are asking for that are coming into the barbershop this day and age. And to do the enhancement on the beard, since his hair is pretty brown, I'm going to take the honey brown from Kiss Express and I'm going to dilute it with a tad bit of water. Once I mix it, I apply it directly to the line that I made with the razor earlier and kind of brushing it softly. Really makes the line pop, and it also gives you a natural look as well. It doesn't look painted, still looks natural, and it matches his hair color perfectly. Adding this service to your haircut can bump your price of your total haircut up to about 20 extra or 20 to 30 bucks extra per service. Once that starts to dry, I'll go back with the razor and line it up again. And that'll really pinpoint that line that we created on top. Alright guys, you see the before look. I'm going to show you guys the after. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Add me on Instagram at TEE_the barber, Snapchat TEE.the barber, and I'm out.